Our AI toolkit continues to grow. In this AI update, we'll talk about Gemini and ChatGPT, new models for both, as well as new sourcing capabilities. Let's jump in. All right, let's jump right into Gemini. And as I mentioned, new models available. Nano Banana 2 is here, allowing you to create even better visuals in the professional context. It's fun to play with this personally, but professionally, it can create great imagery for your presentations, your slides. It can create all sorts of really high quality content. Additionally, Veo 3 has been upgraded to Veo 3.1. So if you're making videos using that capability in the workplace, it just got a little stronger as well. Talked about sourcing. The connector for Microsoft Outlook and Box in the Gemini ecosystem has gotten stronger and is available. What that means is as you're chatting with Gemini, you can have Gemini reason over Outlook emails, email attachments, and all of the files in your Box account without having to grab those files and attach them to your Gemini chat. This allows you to save some time and get more answers more quickly. And last from the Gemini space today is Google Chat is now available as a source for Gemini. It's turned off by default, but as a user, you can toggle that on so that Gemini can have that context from your Google Chat. This works a lot like Teams integration, Zoom integration, etc., to give your AI tool more context. All right, now in ChatGPT, it's been a busy recent couple of days for them. So first and foremost, 5.4 has dropped. Additionally, we got a 5.3 for the instant model. So let me start with 5.3. Basically, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing out of 5.3 is it just is more empathetic and understanding of what you want to do. It can handle humor and things like that a little bit better. So if you're looking for quick answers and you want a low token, low cost model to use, 5.3, of course, is stronger than predecessors. 5.4 moves the needle farther. Of course, we don't have to wait long for a new model to come out. But in terms of 5.4, let me talk about a couple of things that stood out to me. Just in this press release, they start out by talking about just business use cases. That's relevant to you and I. As I've mentioned before, my favorite litmus test for a model's capability is the GDP Val test or evaluation. And 5.4, of course, scores very highly over 5.2, which is really cool to see. It means that this is going to just be better at understanding what we need as knowledge workers in the workplace. It's doing some great things there. Additionally, 5.4 got much more capable in computer use and vision. This is an area where all models are trying to improve rapidly because of agentic use cases, where you're turning AI loose on your computer and having it use the computer like you and I would, delegating tasks across different applications and workflows. So the improvement here has been substantial as well. So agent mode and things like that are going to get better. Also, coding got improved. Now there's Codex models and there's all this sort of stuff that's better in the coding area. But for you and I as knowledge workers, when we want to just build simple apps, GPT 5.4 is going to put us in a stronger position. So get in there, experiment, explore with the new model. Additionally, Codex for Windows has launched. Now, most of these frontier firms or labs are producing content and tools on Mac first. But for most of us being Windows users, it's a welcome sign to see these tools come to our fingertips. So the Codex app in Windows allows me to do a lot of things that I might have been doing with Claude Code or Claude Cowork, things like that. So great capability, just launched, try it out. And then last but not least is in the projects segment of ChatGPT. So a project allows me to curate content and instructions for a very specific purpose. In this case, I've got a sample one here for the right-click channel, and I can add sources and chats. Now, I can do a few things. First off is as I chat outside of my project, I can drag and drop those chats into my project. What that means is it allows those chats to be used as context for future discussion and future collaboration. On the sources front, this is probably the biggest enhancement. When I go to add sources, I can now add Google Drive links and Slack links. Everything else in this vein is static. I can upload a document, I can add a text, chat kind of file here, but those don't change and move. But documents in my Google Drive or chats in my Slack experience, those evolve. And so it's so cool to see projects getting this ability to watch a moving, active, live set of experiences. So you can drop new files in that Google Drive. Guess what? Your project's going to get it too. I'm excited to see this grow to other tools, not just Google Drive and Slack. I certainly think it will. And I think this capability is going to come to more models across the entire ecosystem of AI tools at work. Lots to cover here as Gemini and ChatGPT users. And if you're using some of the other tools, I think you're going to see some of these enhancements we've reviewed today come to your tools very soon. I'm excited for you to explore, and let's make AI work at work.